Whoa, I get to ride Charizard? Oh, this is not cool anymore. The 7th gen Pokemon games did something to the concept of fashion which I don't even know how to introduce. Elio, man, what is happening here? Jogger long shorts back from 2009, now with 2 big buttons for the fly, and some partially exposed pockets to ensure that your Rotom phone leaps out onto the pavement if you try to run. And what are those? Are those water clogs? What does this ball do? Is it a buoy? Can he not swim? Whatever misguided demon-possessed Game Freak into creating this image truly exacted his revenge with Elio's redesign. Whew, so we've got an ultra bucket hat, ultra drawstring shorts so Big Nate could come hide in them, the unawaited return of even more Ultraman leggings just in time for summer, and wait, what's that? His shoes have a zipper? An actual way of putting them on? We can't have shoes that make sense in the Pokemon world. Let's make them look like, crocodiles. Where does Elio live? What's the weather today? What's he doing? There's just no way to tell. He is simultaneously prepared for everything and nothing. Selene is not as bad, assuming that it is normal for the island folks to cosplay as chickens. She's doing that tied-up shirt thing that the country gals do that I've tried to do just to find out how it's done because I don't understand how this is done. I don't understand this! Who let her abscond with Grandma's bloomers? And let's talk about this top. It's a baggy tank that scrunches in at the waist and then flares back out with some floral petals? Why the heck does Ken Sugimori have to invent a new category of garment every time he designs a new Pokemon cast? Why can't you just use clothes that exist? Were you waiting for me to call you out, Ken? This is what happens when someone gets too far in life without ever being told no. On the plus side, Selene does feature in the single greatest piece of art to ever come out of this franchise. I could never say no to this, boss. Hal's shirt has a little boob window. I can't look at Professor Kukui without thinking of this. Kukui is so horned up that even in the G-rated anime he backs himself a hot wife, and yeah, they smash. Smash. Lana? Well, okay, fine, I'll give Ilima a non-biased review. The preppy style does it for me, but the capris do not. The prevalence of capris in Pokemon fashion broke me a few generations ago. Sheath thine ankles, thou harlot! Oh, you did. Man of my dreams. The glove here seems like it could be for maybe drawing on his tablet, but it's fingerless, whereas a drawing glove is like finger only, so I cannot think of any purpose for this garment. The hairpiece seemed odd until I realized it's an amulet worn somewhere different on every trial captain. I did find this concept art which gave a specific note on exactly how happy you should draw Lima's tip. Ahem. Lana is dressed by her very traditional parents, and is the quiet little dweeb you picked on in high school, until you met up with her again after college and learned that she is a freak, and that's canon. Except for her dad being around. With a face like this, I get it. Kiawe doesn't wear a shirt, which was understandable when we met him atop a Hawaiian volcano, but pretty weird when he goes to school like that. I couldn't tell if Kiawe's shoulders were tattooed or just very hairy. According to this screenshot, that's actually some part of his outfit. I wish that had been made a little clearer. All I'm going to say about Mallow is that the shoes are a good fit for the more heavy-duty kind of day that overalls call for. Hold up! Mallow has a boob pocket for holding one single berry! Imagine you're trapped in an avalanche and one of those rescue dogs comes over, except instead of a serving of whiskey to dull your nerves as you freeze to death, it's just Mallow and 4 calories. What is it with anime fat kids? I wonder if Sophocles would be less horrifically ugly if they allowed him to just be drawn in the usual style. Make like Kiawe and lose that link cable shirt. You were negative 5 years old when Red and Blue came out. I'm a Gen 1er and even I never had a link cable because I didn't have friends or parents who loved me. You definitely don't have those either. I also found this promotional art which shows Sophocles between Incineroar's legs. At least he's got good taste. Everyone's favorite Pokemon stoner is wearing a simple, lazy pile of clothes that didn't smell that bad this morning. The bottom frills of her shoes catch my attention. It's not clear whether the outsoles here are peeling off or if it's meant to be fraying like this, in which case it would probably get torn off very quickly. The mustache smear seems to be a fresh development, but when she's always shown with it every time we see her, this implies that she dons a fresh stash every day. This is intentional. If you had a friend who did this every day, even if they're a freaky art student, that's friggin' weird. We also have this art of her as a kid with similar paint casualties in the same spots. Mina has been doing this since childhood. This chick is not okay. She says she's hitting the Hop-Ips for mental health, but clearly it is not fixing her. The reason why Alola's become overrun with gangs is because its chief of police is an alcoholic cat dad. When you call the police on this man is the one who shows up. That is dark, even for a dark-type trainer. Hey, leave a comment right now. What is Hapu's age? If any two of you leave the same answer, go on a date. You're like totally in sync. She dresses and talks like an adult. She's 3 feet tall. She manages a farm. She's 11 pounds 3 ounces. She's eating Werther's Originals. She's wearing a bonnet. We're on the Oregon Trail. Promise in 3 days. Acerola with her cat mouth is another girl whose age changes depending on whether Nanu comes knocking at your door, so I'm glad the designer stayed on topic with her raggedy outfit. Olivia is an adult. You may. Oh, and here's Kiawe's mom. Don't say I never gave you anything. Join us next time when Gen 7 Fashion Part 2 reveals how emotionally desensitized we've become.